It's almost like speechless. You don't have words for it. You just take everything in. This is just a small fraction of what's going to happen. And the fact that we can show solidarity and show that, we have power and that we are willing to stand up to injustice was amazing.
We need to do more to take tangible steps to impact change, because I think that says that they're saying, okay, we're going to keep going. How do we find the tangible means to continue this conversation, possibly without postponing games? But how do we do that? And I think, look, I don't want to see these games postponed, but this opens it up, and now we can talk about it. But without postponing it, does it continue in that direction?
You have to make a statement, and this was another statement today. And now the conversation is starting yet again. We've seen it with the NBA players, we've seen it with all different athletes, and people in the community are talking about it. It's not just sports people, it's around the globe that people are talking about what's going on. But you have to make an impact straight away by cancelling the game for this reason. It gets the conversation going because it's a week, 2 weeks, and then we forget about it. No, it's got to keep going, and the players have said that they're going to keep pushing forward. All I would just say, if I was a player in the locker room and one of my team, just one of them said, I'm not playing, I'll be behind you, and stop doing it, and make a statement.
This is a moment in time we've got to hold on until we get what we want to. So you got to take your hats off to those individuals, because not everyone came up and said that. And Mark Anthony, give him credit for it, whether you agree with him or not. He came in and was stern, didn't mince words, and tweeted, and you have to look at what he did as a big reason why this stand is being made today.
Here's some of his tweets, actually, from just a short time ago. We are not playing tonight. Enough is enough. Human lives mean more than sports. Mark Anthony K took to the microphone with Samantha Yarrock, the sideline reporter for Real Salt Lake, about 15 minutes ago.
Well, we are joined by Mark Anthony K. It's rare, Mark, that we get to speak to a player from the other team on our local broadcast. So thank you so much for taking the time to come shed some light on the situation here. I'm just curious, I saw you out here speaking with Natum and Zach McMath from our squad. Just what was the conversation and the decision that led up to the game not being played tonight?
Yeah, so first off, we just want to be very thankful for what the NBA players have decided to do to show, their stance against social injustice and inequality and police brutality. They started this off, and we realized that we had a real opportunity to join them in this fight and show true solidarity amongst all the sports here in the United States. So we had a conversation amongst the players in the league, and we wanted to make sure that everyone was on board and understood the importance of doing something like this. So when you had seen me talking to Natum and Zach, it was basically just to figure out how we're going to set up a picture and make sure that, their locker room understands what's going to happen tonight, because we had our team on board already. So it's just, again, like I said, it's a real opportunity to shed some light on a constant problem that has, really been infected in the U.S. and we're not going to stand for it. And yeah, so we're just here. We're not playing because it's just unacceptable.
And I've been following you on social media for a while. You have not been quiet about how you feel about the current climate here in the country. I mean, and I saw even today, hashtag enough is enough. I couldn't agree more. What are you trying to bring to light? What do you want people to take away from the messages that you are putting out there?
I want people to realize that they need to get out of their comfort zones and understand that people are struggling within their country. It's something that I saw when I came here. I was like, it's a great opportunity to work here and create a name for myself and, maybe one day have a family here. But this country that everyone says is free and the land of the brave, it's not what I see. Too many people are in fear of their life every day going outside because of their color. And it's been too long gone that nothing has changed. So for me, I'm always going to be a voice, and I want people to speak up. I want people to have hard conversations. It's not going to be easy. Change isn't easy, but it starts with some tough decisions and conversations. And we're, as players, have great platforms to make sure that we can bring attention to these things.
And you're a part, I'm assuming, of the Black Players for Change. I chatted with Natum about that last week, saying that the kneeling was just step one. What comes after is even more important, the action. What are some of the plans for the future. What do you guys want to do together? You have a huge platform. You all have strong voices, and it's time for change.
Yeah, so, but the future is going to be great. We, first and foremost, always want to hold people accountable. I think that if we can have hard conversations, like I said, with people when they do something wrong, it will change their perspective. No one's perfect, right? But I think having those conversations is where change is going to happen. Then obviously, I think the Black Players for Change, we want to inject ourselves within our communities, our local markets, to make sure that we can help create a safer and a more free U.S. Country. So there's a lot of things that we need to continue to do. It starts with the criminal justice system, and it goes all the way down to the smallest things of police brutality along the line. I think it's a huge thing. So we're very excited to be here, and it's just the beginning.
Well, I couldn't agree with you anymore. So thank you so much for taking the time to share some of your thoughts. We hope to see you back on the pitch, taking on RSL very soon.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
We've never experienced anything like this. I just want to reiterate that this is no small undertaking yes, we've had hundreds of games postponed in every sport due to COVID, but this is different. This is a game when things got up. This is major for any of these games to stop. It has the attention of folks, and it's happened in the NBA and Major League Soccer, which were attentive. They had their ears open to their players, and they gave them what they wanted in a lot of ways. And now with this, it's going to make people look at the leagues and the sports a whole differently. But again, the attention is there. And just to say again, to postpone a game is not a minor detail. It's a big thing. You have that platform now.
And normally it's been about money or players or salary caps, but this is bigger than that. It's a bigger influence than what you're having than just about money or sponsorship. I think this is a collective that everybody's taking note, because this country is driven on sports. They love their sport. Even the college football now has been postponed in some areas. So it's affecting every single person in this country, as it should do. And then people start talking, and then people start going in the right direction. But Max, you're totally right. You can't get away from how big this statement is today. To postpone a game,
by
90 minutes by the players, 90 minutes before, and then the NBA players have done it earlier.
And not only that, but going from a phone call from the East Coast games, and we heard it from Mark Anthony, where he said, we talked to this team, and they kind of connected the dots to pull this off. This is monumental.
Yeah, you see them all together doing the same thing. It's like, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to postpone it, and then we're all going to get together on the field and have a picture like we see in Atlanta as well. So it's massive. It's huge, and rightly so.
Again, I go back to the saying, strength in numbers here, and certainly when you combine the NBA, Major League Baseball, WNBA, Major League Soccer all together, these athletes are showing how they can use that power together. I do want to say one thing, and I think it's pretty apropos here when you talk about it, is that, you hear the old saying that if you're not part of the solution, then you are part of the problem. And I go back to what Warren was saying a moment ago about, three white guys up here talking about, Max, you have the Cuban heritage.
That's right.
But he does have the Cuban Latino heritage. But I just go back to, it is uncomfortable conversations for us to get into, but something that certainly has to be done. And we are trying to be part of that solution together here and going forward in the days and months and years to come, an opportunity to
have the conversations at home. Go get out of your comfort zone and have those conversations.
No soccer today, but probably even more important what we went through over the last almost 30 minutes here on YouTube TV. We all would say we would love to be talking about an LAFC victory, but this has to take the front seat here and now. On behalf of these guys, could not have done it without them. Warren Barton, Max Bretos, Mark Rogondino, Ulysses Roman, the rest of our crew here at Estrella TV, and most importantly, our producer Bernard Worrell for driving the ship. We'll see you soon.
I always want to be a part of something powerful. It doesn't necessarily mean that it directly affects me, but I'm always up for change. Just seeing how many people were so willing to come together so quickly to make something like this happen was amazing.